California, two teams that had hoped for better in 2004. Both come in today at 4-9. The weather's a big part of the story of Week 15 around the NFL, but with snow across the country, it is a delightful day here in Oakland. Jeff Fisher, see the playoffs 4 of the last 5 seasons, but has had too much to overcome here in 2004. And Norv Turner on the other side of the field, first year here in Oakland, was once Jeff Fisher's position coach when Jeff played in the secondary at USC. So 2 proud franchises, but both limping in for Week 15. Tennessee has won the toss. They'll receive. There's Sebastian Janikowski. He just signed a contract extension this week that makes him the highest paid kicker in the NFL. And good deep kick that is down by McAdley in the end zone. So Tennessee will take it out to the 20, and that's where they'll start 1st and 10. Billy Volek will start the rest of the season at quarterback for Tennessee. Outstanding numbers on Monday night. 426 yards, 4 touchdowns. The offensive line has been banged up. Amano, the rookie, will go at center today. And Drew Bennett, who is from the Bay Area, coming off a monster game against Kansas City. 12 catches for 233 yards and 3 touchdowns. So we're underway here in Oakland. Antoine Smith, the running back. Chris Brown did not make the trip, and we have flags on the very first snap.
Prior to the snap, false start, number 71 offense. 5-yard penalty, first down.
Bill Levy, our referee, Fred Miller. And let's take a look at the Raiders defensively. They're 28th in the league. They'll switch between a 3-4 and a 4-3. Sapp and Washington, the veterans in the middle. Danny Clark has a fine season at inside linebacker since coming over from Jacksonville. The secondary, Charles Woodson was a late inactive. Nnamdi Asomugha, in his second year out of Cal, will start in Woodson's place. So the first play from scrimmage, and maybe Antoine Smith tries the right side, and Danny Clark made the stop.
And there you have it right away. Tennessee comes out, Bill, and says we're going to try and establish Antoine Smith. Jeff Fisher told us in the meeting on Friday, hey, Antoine Smith is big. He's going to pound the ball up in there. We're going to try and soften up that front 7 of the Raiders so we can take some shots at him as the game goes along.
On second down, after a loss of 3, Volek gets it off across the middle to Drew Bennett, who has become his favorite receiver. 8 touchdowns on the year, and he has just been remarkable over the last couple of weeks.
If you want to talk about a big-time major league coming out party, Drew Bennett has had one in the most maximum sense possible these last few weeks. 6 touchdowns, almost 400 yards receiving in the last couple weeks. He and Billy Volek have a very, very good thing going right now.
3 wide receivers in the game. That play picked up, so it'll be 3rd and 3. Volek with time. And this will be a first down. It's Mason, and Mason goes out of bounds at the 37-yard line. Drew Bennett had one of the great primetime games ever on Monday night as we take another look at the play.
And you're going to see an awful lot of this today, Bill. Crossing patterns by both teams. You got Derek Mason, who's been one of the most productive receivers in the NFL the last couple years. He and Drew Bennett have been a very productive combo this year. Both teams defensively, a lot of man-to-man defense. It's going to give Drew Bennett, Derek Mason, a lot of chances to make some big plays today.
1st and 10. Out into the flat, and that was Robert Holcomb, the fullback. We welcome those of you who watched Houston beat Chicago 24-5. We're here in Oakland. Tennessee Titans and the Oakland Raiders. First possession of the game for Tennessee, and they picked up a couple of first downs. 2nd and 4 for Tennessee. Billy Volek is in at quarterback for Steve McNair. McNair will not play the rest of the season. On the right side, and that's going to be a couple of yards short of the first down.
Very productive today, and for Oakland, they have not scored a touchdown in the first quarter this year. It is so important for them to get off to a fast start. We'll see how it pans out.
3rd and 2. Raiders are coming on the blitz. Incomplete. Intended for Bennett, no flags. Bennett was looking around, but he didn't get the call. He was
High draft choices. They expect them to be able to shut down these big productive receivers throughout the NFL.
Hendricks punt. Buchanan getting back and retreating a little bit. Waves for the fair catch, but lets it bounce. And it's down perhaps a little bit early at the 7-yard line by Tennessee. Still need big plays from guys like Jerry Porter. So opening possession for the Oakland Raiders. Collins will throw first down. The out route. And that was intended for Alvis Whitted, and a catch he probably should have made. Justin Fargas has checked in the backfield for the Raiders on 2nd and 10. Fargas lowers his head and goes out of bounds at the 11-yard line. Michael Waddell, the rookie cornerback out of North Carolina, made the stop.
Make big plays for both teams today.
Johnny Morant, the wide receiver, has checked in on 3rd and long. Collins brings it back down. On the move, going for the sticks, and he'll get the first down.
And that's a great job, a great feel by Kerry Collins. Carlos Hall, number 97, came in pretty much untouched, but did not phase Kerry. He kept his cool, and Collins shows that he does. He's not one of the most mobile quarterbacks in the league, but he's more than mobile enough to get outside and get to that first down marker and get a big first down, because if you come out in the first quarter, your first drive, go 3 and out, backed up in your own end zone, you're basically giving the Tennessee Titans some points on their next possessions. Big first down for the Raiders.
Fargas is alone in the backfield. On 1st and 10, Collins straight back. Pumps it and dumps it off to Fargas. He's got some room. And gets it out close to the 40-yard line.
And that's what Fargas brings to the table right there. He is a very quick, very explosive running back. You're going to get a good shot at it here. Kerry Collins, the more he becomes comfortable in this offense and knows where his checkdowns are, if things aren't there up the field, he does a good job being patient. And there's Fargas. You get the ball in his hands in the open field and space, he's going to make a few guys miss and get what's there for you.
That was a pickup of 21 yards. Fargas stays in the game. Last week against Atlanta, Oakland opened with a 16-play drive that resulted in a 52-yard field goal by Janikowski, and this is another nice gain. Teo Johnson, the tight end, and he goes out of bounds at the 47-yard line. Lamont
Kerry Collins will find a way to take some big shots up the field as we go.
They spotted at the 46. 2nd and 3. Collins again, wide open. Porter. And he's inside the 20. How in the world did he get that open?
You know, that is a great question, and I think that is one of the questions that the Tennessee Titans have been trying to address for a while. Here's Jerry Porter just coming across the middle of the field. Nobody even accounts for him. He is the #1 threat on the Raiders offense as far as big play potential coverage, just like that. And they've said it's a communication problem. They've got a lot of young players in there. They've got to work through this.
That was a pickup of 36. Collins pumps it back in the end zone. Touchdown! Teo Johnson.
And that is exactly what we were talking about. The Raiders needing to score a touchdown for the first time this year in the first quarter. Get off to that quick start. Great job by Kerry Collins.
The Oakland Raiders score the first points of the game. The extra point by Sebastian Janikowski is good. It's a touchdown pass of 18 yards from Kerry Collins to Teo Johnson. 7-0 Oakland. Only team in the NFL who had not scored a touchdown in the first quarter. They had 9 field goals in the first quarter, but that had changed about 2 minutes ago on the touchdown pass. McAdley takes it and out to about the 18-yard line and brought down hard by linebacker Tim Johnson. 7 plays, 93 yards on the Raiders' opening drive that resulted in the touchdown. So second possession for the Tennessee Titans. They start at their own 18. Smith along the left side. Bit of running room. Was sharp in that drive. 4 of 5 for 82 yards. Had the drop by Alvis Whitted. On second down, Volek in trouble. Dumps it off. And that's a nice little move. That's Eddie Berlin, who's the third wide receiver, Antoine Smith, who was waiting as a safety valve.
And a great job by Billy Volek right there.
He's celebrating his 32nd birthday today.
And he needs a sack.
He does. First down for Tennessee. Another complete pass. That's Drew Bennett. Bennett is brought down hard, close to another first down.
To show off what he can do today against Drew Bennett many, many times.
Well, Volek has a couple of young corners to work with. Asamoah and Buchanan. Up the sideline, deep. Incomplete. That was intended for Derek Mason, and Buchanan had nice coverage. Second and 10. The ball just in Oakland territory. Fake the reverse. They go up the middle to Antoine Smith. Smith picks up 2. And let's check in with Greg Gumbel, the rookie muleback who was the strong snapper, and told him that's okay. Keep your head up.
Led by Steve Mariucci.
Well, that was some comeback by Detroit. Third down for Tennessee. Bennett, and he's got a first down. There's some of that quiet speed that Volek told us about. He scampers out of bounds at the 32-yard line. That was a game for Tennessee, trying to answer the touchdown drive by the Raiders. Going blitz. Here they come. Smith lowers his head and gets inside the 30 down to the 29-yard line. And
it is cold.
That was a nice statement early on by Byron Leftwich. Second down, 7. That's Shaq Myron to get in, and he'll lose a couple. Sam Williams with a fine stop.
That was a great play by Sam Williams to be able to feel that bootleg coming, and Billy Volek showed right there on that play as well. And give his players a chance to catch it and turn it up the field. That time, just a great defensive play by Sam Williams.
Volek from the shotgun. Third and long. Plenty of time. That's caught, and that is going to be a Tennessee first down. Derek Mason has it at the 19-yard line.
Field working the inside part of the field, and Ray Buchanan was a little bit slow reacting to it.
They marked his forward progress just inside the 18-yard line, so first and 10 from there for Tennessee. Volek will take a shot to the end zone. Incomplete. Ben Troop had to change shoulders. He started looking over the right shoulder, tried to adjust, but by that time, the ball was already there.
And we're going to get a good look at Ben Troop all day. He's a very athletic rookie tight end. Because of the injury to Aaron Kinney, the normal starter for the Tennessee Titans, Ben Troop's going to get some good work today. Maybe it was the sun to the shade thing. I don't know, the ball coming out of the sun into the shade, but really, the ball was put over the wrong shoulder by Billy Volek, who, generally speaking, is as good as any quarterback in the league throwing those deep.
11th play of the drive upcoming. Second and 10. Another shot to the end zone. Bennett. And did he get both feet down? Yes, touchdown. Drew Bennett.
Wow.
17 yards.
More of the same. More confident as the weeks go by.
We mentioned he's from Northern California as we look at Anderson's extra point. That's good. His family's from Northern California. They got a box today here in Oakland so they could bring everybody in, and that's who he's looking up toward. They watched him catch his 7th touchdown pass in his last 3 games. And we mentioned the 3 games. It clearly is not 3 games because we still have 3 quarters plus to play here. But that's 7 touchdowns in the last 9 quarters for Bennett. That's taken at the 11-yard line. J.R. Redmond brings it out to the 30. Oakland on a beautiful day in Northern California. Raiders take over at the 30-yard line. Pump fake. Collins up the sidelines again. Teo Johnson, who suddenly is his favorite receiver. Johnson steps out of bounds at the 45-yard line. That was a gain of 24.
And I really like what the Raiders are doing with Teo Johnson. They're spreading the field out, getting him on the outside, and Kerry Collins knows he's got a big guy out there, reads the two deep coverage. Donnie Nicky, number 23, was a little bit slow getting over the top, and Kerry's big enough to play catch with big Teo Johnson just above everybody else on the sideline.
Second year out of Stanford, they had high expectations for him when he was drafted a couple years ago. Vargas, left side, falls forward inside the 40-yard line. Carlos Hall was the first man to hit him. Now, the Raiders last in the NFL running the football, but they showed some flashes of a ground game last week against Atlanta. They had 131 yards, one of their best rushing performances of the year. 117 of those came in the first half, but the Raiders fell behind and didn't get to use it much in the second half. Moving the football well today against Tennessee. Set down. Zach Crockett has checked into the backfield. Collins, that's another completion and another Raider first down. Jerry Porter made the grab. Well, next,
Turner and Kerry Collins, this is what our offense is doing. They told us, as right now, they're going to try and spread the field out, let Kerry make some run-pass checks, and they're doing a great job identifying it and making the right decision.
Play action, Collins goes deep. And almost 6 intended for Porter. That was a nice close by the two defensive backs, including Lamont Thompson. Castle back there, the middle linebacker, showing great range and getting that deep.
And he's the one, he made Kerry have to throw the ball up and over his head.
Collins goes short. Lots of room. Touchdown, Porter. "32 yards.
And again, I'm baffled by the lack of attention Porter's getting. He was untouched on that play. Now, I understand it was a short pass, kind of give him a little cushion. You don't want to get him over the top, but there was nobody around him. He made one guy miss, and he walks into the end zone.
6th touchdown catch of the year for Porter. Janikowski, his extra point try is good. And with 1:04 left in the first, it's 14-7 Raiders. Through the first 14 weeks of the season, the Raiders have done it twice today. 32-yard pass from Collins to Porter. McGadley will take the short kick at the 7-yard line. Able to turn the corner, still on his feet. Finally driven out of bounds after a nice return.
Buchanan, or excuse me, like Dyson, Andre Dyson, anybody, one of the Tyson Tennessee corners on Jerry Porter. Easy for me to say.
Antoine Smith, Ray Buchanan made the stop. And let's take a look at the lineup. Monday on CBS is 2nd and 10. Smith. And he's brought down right about midfield. A nice gain from Antoine Smith, starting today for Chris Brown. And in his
End of the first quarter.
Well, it's been a very busy first quarter. It ends 14-7 Raiders. Collins has thrown a couple of touchdown passes. Billy Volek and Drew Bennett picked up where they left off on Monday night. A very compelling first quarter, and now it's 3rd and call it 2 for Tennessee to start the second quarter. Volek will throw. Pressure, it's sacked. Warren Sapp. His first full sack of the year.
And I'll tell you, Billy Volek saw Big Ted Washington and Warren Sapp coming out. It's about 700 pounds coming right at him. And he said, you know what? I'm just going to sit down right here and not let one of these guys take me down. Warren Sapp gets credit for, but I think big number 92 is what blocked the sun from Billy Volek there for a few seconds.
Well, the Raiders all season have had trouble putting pressure on the quarterback. They got their first sack in 13 quarters early in last week's game against Atlanta. Punt by Hinchard, be taken by Buchanan at the 25-yard line, and he'll lose a couple. Great coverage on special teams by Tennessee. Ken Amano made the stop after a 36-yard punt. So the Raiders will start from their own 22-yard line. Zach Crockett alone in the backfield. Short drop. Now Collins is on the move, and he throws it away. Almost Whitted was in the vicinity.
And Bill, what we saw right there was a great job by Tennessee playing the chess game that offensive and defensive coordinators play. Kerry Collins saw what he thought was going to be a blitz. He did his check like he's done a few times, gave a little dribble sign with his hand, talked about it, made sure everybody was on the same page. And what did Tennessee do? They fell back out of the blitz look and had the Raiders in a bad play. Kerry was calling a play for man-to-man. They ended up dropping back in the zone. He's got to throw the ball away.
So second 10 for the Raiders. After a clean first quarter, no turnovers, no sacks in the first quarter. The Raiders have one later. One penalty. Right side, Amos Zaraway. We've got a flag just as I say that. And Zaraway picks up maybe 4 yards. But let's check the penalty.
Is that not the way it always works out? You seldom go through a full quarter without the Raiders having a penalty or two. Doesn't happen very often.
Well, the Raiders were averaging 8 per game coming in for a total of 62 yards.
Holding. Number 88 offense. 10-yard penalty. Repeat second down.
Doug Jolly, the tight end. Now, these teams may be 4-9, but they're still popping each other. But that really is what a good back does, though. He's able to take that kind of pounding, but able to kind of get rid of it, you know, sort of diffuse the blow by turning away from it.
You contort that body a little bit. Marcus Allen was the best at that. Getting skinny or getting a little bit shoulder turn just to deflect the blow a little bit. And here goes Kerry Collins checking the play again.
Second and 20 after the penalty. Collins with time up the sideline, and there was a miscommunication on the route. Jerry Porter was over on that side, but he was about 15 yards in front of where the pass ended up.
And that's something that Lamont Thompson, the safety for the Tennessee Titans, number 28 right there at the bottom of your screen, was saying to us in the meeting that the biggest problem that Tennessee has had is communication on defense, but it looks to me like they're doing a good job right now of confusing the Raiders without confusing themselves. Jim Schwartz, defensive coordinator for the Titans, seems to have his guys on the same page right now, even though it has been an issue a couple times earlier in the game.
I don't want that to fall on Porter. It was actually in between Porter and Doug Gabriel, so we don't know who it was intended for. Long for the Raiders. Collins dusts it off. This is going to be well short of the first down to Doug Jolly. Brad Castle made a nice stop, the middle linebacker, so the Raiders will have to punt.
After two straight, very productive series by the Raiders, the Tennessee Titans seem to have settled down a little bit. The Raiders look very uncomfortable that drive, and it's going to give the Tennessee Titans defense a little bit more confidence.
Shane Lechler, one of the best in the NFL. You saw that gaudy average, 47.5 yards a punt. Berlin is the deep man. Returning punts because of Derek Mason's sore ankle. Titans have had some fun with special teams.
Oh, there
look at that. That's a lateral. Michael Waddell, and Waddell gets it out to about midfield. Stuart Schweigert made the stop.
and Jeff Fisher told us they've got so many things going into each of these games. We'll talk more about it.
A 54-yard punt. It ended up to be a 20-yard return. 14-7 Raiders. Drive from the 49-yard line. Bullet. The play action. Bent it toward the sideline. That's Derek Mason. And Mason is driven out of bounds at the 49-yard line by Phillip Buchanan. Well, Jeff Fisher's had some fun with his special teams. 3 onside kicks against the Colts. Fake punts. He's not afraid to let it ride, Steve,
no.
at 4-9.
No, and a great job here by Michael Waddell to make that play on what was a lateral, a legal pass, can hit the ground. But Jeff Fisher and his special teams coaches and the players, they've shown they can handle doing all these different things on special teams. And I tell you, teams are scared of the Tennessee Titans special teams right now.
That was a nifty pickup by Waddell. That could have been a mess. Volek. Out the flat to Smith. That's a pretty good move by Smith, and he's close to a Tennessee first down. See where they spot. He may have it.
And that's twice we've seen Antoine Smith take that straight pass down the line of scrimmage, make one guy miss and get rumbling straight up the field. Good fake by Billy Volek there. Knows where his check down is again. He's starting to get more and more comfortable and confident. And there's Antoine Smith knowing exactly where to go. His strength is his size and his ability to go north and south. Very decisive. Good play by him.
Troy Fleming has checked in after the first down by Tennessee. So the Titans on the move, trailing 14-7. They keep it on the ground. Fleming down to the 37-yard line. Sam Williams, the outside linebacker, made the tackle. Well, there's Steve McNair, and we talked with Jeff Fisher about Steve, and he surprised us a little bit. He said he felt pretty good about Steve coming back. He said Steve is going to have surgery to repair what is in effect a rare condition with his sternum that makes him vulnerable to bruising it. He said once he has the surgery and he doesn't re-injure it every time he gets hit in that area, he thinks he'll be back and ready to go. Fleming stays in the backfield. The Raiders on the blitz up the sideline. Well, it was caught, intercepted. His momentum pushed him out of bounds.
And that will not be reviewed because the referee ruled, obviously, that he was pushed out of bounds.
Phillip Buchanan, who had coverage on Derek Mason.
And he's a little shaken up. What a great athletic play by Phillip Buchanan, who told us in the meeting on Friday how he wanted to make some plays today.
Oh, that was a fine one. Raiders with the interception.
Every 60 seconds, something cherished.
Time overruling this.
After reviewing the play, the defender was forced out, however, lost possession of the ball. The ball hit the ground. It's an incomplete pass. 3rd down and 8 on the 37-yard line. Tennessee is not charged a timeout.
Wow.
So
Play I've been wanting to for weeks, and they take it away from me.
from the 37-yard line. 10:34 left in the half. 3rd and 6. Volek, short drop. This is going to be a first down to Mason. Schweigert and Ray Buchanan combined to make the stop, but another Tennessee first down.
And you see what a change of events. You got Derek Mason again. Now you got Derek Mason on Ray Buchanan, who's a safety. Granted, he's a converted cornerback, and he can play and cover a wide receiver better than most safeties, but a great change of events for the Tennessee Titans. They go from thinking they turned the ball over to having a new set of downs now, one play later.
We've had 15 first downs already in the game. Volek dumps it off to Smith, and he's hit immediately after a pickup of maybe one. Well, coming up on the next halftime report, join Greg, Dan, Shannon, and Boomer for all the latest NFL scores and highlights. That's all coming up on the Nextel halftime report. Thought the fellas did a great job of breaking down the playoff picture on the NFL today earlier. Second down. And Tennessee will take a timeout with 9:30 left in the half. 14-7 Raiders. CBS throughout the year. So 2nd and 9 from the 26. 28-yard line for Tennessee. Trying to take advantage of the overrule on the challenge. This is Smith. Looks a little bit, reverses his field, and manages to get down to the 22-yard line. Warren Sapp made the stop.
And I'll tell you, it is a great luxury that Tennessee Titans do have a running back like Antoine Smith to fall back on. Chris Brown out with the really bad turf toe injury that's been nagging at him for several weeks. And Antoine Smith is a guy they can count on to keep that running game going, keep them playing the kind of game they want to play with the play action, control type of stuff, and give Billy Bullock a chance to make some plays.
3rd and 5 for Tennessee as the Titans try to keep the drive alive. Bullock up the sideline for Bennett. And did he get it? There's a flag down on the play.
He caught the ball. He definitely caught the ball.
No signal from the officials.
Yeah.
And there it is. Touchdown. There's the Bennett box. They like it.
Pass interference. Number 25, defense, penalties declined. Touchdown.
They call pass interference on Denard Walker. And look at this concentration. What a remarkable catch.
Unbelievable catch.
They may take another look at that, though, because the ground may have assisted. If Tennessee doesn't get this extra point attempt off fast enough. Still no challenge from the Raiders sideline.
I think Drew Bennett felt like he had his arms underneath that football. I think he was strictly thinking of making sure the ground didn't come into play. He did a super job of using his arms.
Now the touchdown is going to count. Anderson's extra point is good. And Drew Bennett, after 3 touchdowns last week and 3 touchdowns the week before, has 2 today in the first half.
He has done something that only one other receiver you may have heard of has done before. Jerry Rice caught 8 touchdown passes in a 3-game span. I think Jerry Rice did it twice. Drew Bennett has now tied that record.
Short kick by Hendrick. It's taken by J.R. Redmond. And Redmond pulls his way down to the 30-yard line. Scott McGarrahan made the stop, and Mr. Bennett joined some pretty nice company. The NFL record for touchdown receptions in a 3-game span, which he now has a chance to break and has more than a half to do it, is from Jerry Rice. And he did, as you said, Steve, he did it twice, back in 1987 and most recently in 1993.
And to put this in perspective, any record that Jerry Rice has is a record that has been set, the bar has been set pretty high. So for Drew Bennett to be able to contest this record at this early stage in his career is amazing.
Here come the Raiders. They keep it on the ground on 1st down and no gain. Zach Crockett. Well, we mentioned Drew Bennett had one of the great primetime games ever on Monday night. There's 12 catches, 233 yards, and 3 touchdowns. He had the best performance by a receiver in any game this year. And certainly over the last couple of weeks coming into this game, no receiver in the NFL has been any better than Bennett. 15 catches, 357 yards, and 6 touchdowns. And now he's added 2 more today. 2nd and 9. Off the play action. Up the sideline. Incomplete. And that was intended for Johnny Morant, the rookie out of Syracuse. And that was a patch that he should have caught over the strong safety, Donnie Nicky.
The Raiders got exactly what they wanted. Kerry Collins threw a perfect pass to Johnny Morant. And Kerry Collins told him he was very excited about Johnny Morant getting involved because of his up-the-field ability. And look at this, the ball right through his hands. He got a little excited, squeezed a little bit too early. Had a chance to make a big impression on his first catch, and all for naught.
5th round draft choice out of Syracuse. Finished his career at Syracuse with 1,500 yards and 7 touchdown catches. So that will bring up 3rd and 9 for the Raiders. Collins has plenty of time. Incomplete. The Raiders will have to punt. That was intended for the tight end. I'm sorry, that was intended for J.R. Redmond. Not the tight end. I thought it was Doug Jolly for a moment there. 14 all, 7-7 left in the half.
Fake punt return in his bag of tricks, or whatever you want to call it. Some kind of razzle-dazzle. He's got a deep bag.
Leckler standing back at his own 15-yard line. Eddie Berlin is the man for Tennessee at his 21. Good high, deep punt. Berlin retreats to the 15, and he's smothered at the 20. Tremendous coverage from the Raiders. 55-yard punt and a 5-yard return. Well, 2 years ago, Ricky Williams led the NFL in rushing, and tonight he tells Mike Wallace why he walked away. Don't miss his first TV interview since retiring. That's tonight on 60 Minutes.
And Bill, that truly is one of those interviews. And if you are a football fan, you've been caught up in this story all year, you got to watch that tonight to really get a feel for how this guy really ticks, makes this guy do the things that he does.
We saw a portion of it earlier on the NFL Today. It was just impossible not to listen to it. Volek will throw on first down. He's got time, and that is caught. Again, Derek Mason, and Mason is brought down at the 35-yard line by Ray Buchanan. That was a gain of 15 yards. First down for Tennessee.
Now, with all this stuff going on with Drew Bennett, all the attention he's getting, this actually in the long run is going to help Derek Mason, because he was the guy that everybody keyed their defenses around, and he was still being very productive. Well, now that Drew Bennett has established himself as a legitimate big play guy, that's going to open up a lot more for Derek Mason, and they'll both benefit because of the other's success.
Philip Buchanan hurt his tailbone, and his return is questionable now. They keep it on the ground. Antoine Smith, maybe two, and we've got a flag on the play.
Holding, number 61, offense. 10-yard penalty. Repeat first down.
Again, Fred Miller, the right tackle. Well, the Titans don't have any healthy starters on that offensive line. With all of the injuries, Jason Matthews is backup center, and someone asked him about that this week, and he said, you know, I've never played center before. I might as well go out and play fullback. We're just picking names out of a hat. So all things considered, what Tennessee was able to do on offense Monday night against Kansas City was really remarkable. 542 total yards for the Titans. First and 20. Clock running, 6.5 minutes remaining in the half. Smith, little stutter step, finds a seam and gets it out to the 31-yard line. Clark and Williams made the stop.
Well, Bill, you were talking about what the Titans have been through with this offensive line situation, and really their whole team. It becomes almost comical when you talk about what this team has gone through. Now, Jeff Fisher and the Tennessee Titans and their fans are not laughing. It really is not funny, but it's almost unbelievable what they've been through from an injury standpoint this year.
Second and 14 from the 31-yard line. Volek straight back. With time, incomplete. That was intended for the tight end, Shad Meyer.
And when you talk about Billy Volek to Jeff Fisher and to the offensive coordinator, Mike Heimerdinger, these are guys that really are encouraged by his progress. But right there, we saw something that they say, if there is an area that he's got to work on, it's his knowing where to go with the football against a zone defense, not trying to pump it in and force it, being patient and taking what's there. And that throw right there was the first one today that looked like he really wasn't sure where to put that football.
Third and 14. Volek from the shotgun. Quick snap. Under pressure. The move. Rolling to his right. He guns it. And incomplete. That was intended for the tight end, Ben Troop. So Tennessee will punt. Marcus Anderson had fine coverage there.
You know, I've been impressed by what the Raiders, they've been finding a way to get a little bit of pressure on Billy Volek. Definitely more pressure than what you've been used to seeing out of the Oakland Raiders this year. They're last in the league in sacks. They're not getting a lot of hits on the quarterback, but they're finding a way to get to Billy Volek today. Maybe it's a combination of the completed offensive line of the Titans.
Doug Gabriel back deep for the Raiders. Pitch punt. Fair catch called for and made at the 21-yard line. A 48-yard punt and no return. Well, Tuesday at a special time on CBS, The Amazing Race is launching teams to new heights. See ancient battle skills become key to winning the competition. Don't miss a new Amazing Race Tuesday at a special time, 8 o'clock, 7 Central on CBS, America's most watched network. And plenty of time for the Raiders. 5:30 left in the half. We're tied at 14. Ball control has been a problem all year for Oakland. Collins finally dumps it out to Zerouay. And Zerouay gets it to the 30, maybe the 31-yard line. Nice pickup. Brad Castle made the stop for Tennessee.
And that again was a great job by Kerry Collins. You can see his natural instinct is to want to try to get the ball up the field. But in this offense, you've got to be patient. You've got to try and, with Norv Turner and his offense, they want to run the football. They want to be patient, take the shots when the chance is there, and they're still trying to find that identity as a unit right now.
Last in time of possession, Fargas on the left side, hit at the line of scrimmage. Last in rushing attempts and last in rushing in the National Football League.
And that direct correlation between time of possession. If you are the last ranked running team in the NFL, you are not going to hold the ball. You're not going to eat the clock up. You're not going to convert as many third downs. All of it kind of plays together. And there's a reason why they're in all these things.
Play selection for the Raiders. In fact, coming in today, the Raiders had rushed for 991 yards. There were 12 individual players who had rushed for more coming in today. Collins will throw on first down. The post. That was intended for Teo Johnson. He had a step, but Collins couldn't connect.
And that was the first throw by Kerry Collins that really he should have been able to make. Not an easy throw, but a shot at a big play. They had the right play called. He made the right read. There's Teo Johnson. You can see he's open down the middle of the field. Kerry Collins has to make that pass. He's been right on the money all day. You can't hit every one of them, but you look at the film and you say that was a chance to have a big play right there.
Similar numbers from both quarterbacks. 2nd and 10 for the Raiders. Clock stops, 4:09 left in the half. From the 32, Collins under pressure and sacked. Ryan Long in his 2nd year out of Washington State with his 4th sack of the year. And one of the Tennessee Titans is down. It's Antwan Odom, rookie out of Alabama, who has had a fine season.
And one of the most encouraging things for the Tennessee Titans in general is the play of these young defensive linemen. Ryan Long, Antwan Odom, Travis LeBoy, Jared Clark, all these guys, big, strong, athletic guys, young in their 1st or 2nd year, and they're very, very, very excited about the potential of each of these guys.
Well, we were talking earlier about the difference between the two
Tennessee has several guys that fit into that category.
3rd and 18 now for the Raiders. Movement in the line. And we've got flags, so free play for Oakland. Porter, and Porter has a first down, finding his way into Tennessee territory. Garahan made the tackle.
Number 95 defense. Penalties decline.
They're going to decline it.
The play, first down.
And if you're a defensive player, the worst, most depleting thing that can happen to you is when you got a team backed up in this was 3rd and 18 for the Raiders, to let them out of the hole, make a 25-yard gain, get that first down, it just takes all the wind out of your sails. And very difficult to come back and very difficult to put behind you when you let a team out of the hole like that.
186 yards now for Kerry Collins, 10 of 17. 3:20 left in the half. Zerouay. Stutter step, dives forward inside the 45, down to the 44-yard line. Michael Waddell, the rookie cornerback from North Carolina, 4th-round draft pick, made the tackle. 2nd and 6 upcoming for the Raiders. Trying for more points before halftime. Collins under center. 14 all near the end of the first half. Short drop. Looks left, throws right. Porter overthrew him. Lamont Thompson had the coverage. The fans want a flag, but that looked like just a good defensive play from Lamont Thompson.
It really was. It really was a good play. You look at Lamont Thompson, he's right there running with Jerry Porter. Nothing that they could throw a flag on. There was a little bit of contact, but nothing that was intended to affect the outcome of that play. I think Kerry Collins actually had a better shot on the other side of the field. They were coming with man-to-man look all the way across the field, but he liked his matchup again with Jerry Porter on a safety, Lamont Thompson, and they just didn't quite get it because Lamont Thompson did a good job of stepping up and answering the.
And the Raiders will take a timeout.
That's their first charge.
It is an absolutely perfect day, though. No doubt about it.
Porter, by the way, has 4 catches for 103 yards today. 3rd down for the Raiders. Collins hit, he throws, and that's incomplete. Kevin Bullock just leveled
foul, roughing the passer.
Yep.
Number 53 defense. Helmet to helmet contact. 15-yard penalty, automatic first down.
You know, here I am, a quarterback, but I'm going to plead Keith Bullock's case there. I mean, this guy is a tremendous player. Great defensive player. Did the head hit the head? Yes, it did, but he was coming in up
barely.
the gut. It barely did not, obviously did not drop his head, did not go after Kerry Collins' head. He's trying to make a play, hit it full speed, timed it perfectly, made a great play. Tennessee last week, Travis LeBoy, their young defensive lineman, was victimized by 2
terrible calls.
Very poor calls last week that really had an influence on the game. Will too here.
So fresh set it down for the Raiders. Crockett still on his feet, and that was a terrific individual effort.
And it's amazing how these things happen. You breathe new life into an offense like that with a poor call, whatever you want to call it. It ends up really setting a defense back. I mean, all of a sudden, these guys are now in position to take it down and score.
That picked up 11 yards. It takes us to the 2-minute warning. The Raiders are threatening. We're tied at 14. Around the National Football League, that's all coming up on the Nextel halftime report. 9th play of the drive. Collins stands in, fires, touchdown. Another one for Porter. $18 yards. And that's 121 on the half for Porter.
And they caught Tennessee in a blitz again. Michael Waddell lined up one-on-one on the island out there with Jerry Porter. And Norv Turner told us one of their big things today was going to be to block up the blitz, try and take advantage of the one-on-one opportunities on the outside. Kerry Collins and Jerry Porter have made them pay today many times.
Going to review the last play.
Review.
And this might be another one of those, did his momentum. Janikowski on to try the extra point. And the Raiders lead it 21-14. But Billy Volek will have a minute 55 to try to move that Tennessee offense. 3rd touchdown pass of the day for Kerry Collins.
It's a football team today.
But remember, this is a Tennessee team that has given up 100 points in their last 2 games. 132 during this 3-game losing streak. McCadley takes the kick. And is brought down at the 23-yard line. The Titans will have a minute 50 before the half. Well, December 31st, CBS Sports jumps into
50 with 2 timeouts. I think this point in the game, this point in the season, Jeff Fisher said, let's go down and try and score.
Bullock up the sidelines, that's caught, and it's Eddie Berlin. We had 4 receptions for 179 yards and a touchdown coming in, and that's a pick, 26 yards.
And that is just a great throw and catch. You can see that the Raiders have very good coverage. Denard Walker's right there underneath. Marcus Anderson over the top, but that ball was thrown right on time, right on the money, where only Eddie Berlin could get a hand on. He makes the catch. Just a tremendous throw by Billy Volek.
They really like his athletic ability. Berlin in his 4th year out of Northern Iowa, a 5th-round pick in 2001. Volek will throw again. Bennett. And Bennett trying to work his way to the sidelines. He gets another first down and gets out of bounds.
And just like that, now we're almost in field goal range. And that's Bennett. Bennett just again making plays. Huge target coming across the middle of the field. He'll go up and get the football. He's afraid to go up over the middle, make the catch. He can use his long arms to go up high for it, go deep. It's amazing the chemistry between Billy Volek and Drew Bennett, how far they've come in such a short time working together.
I'll tell you what is truly amazing is you got 2 undrafted free agents producing this kind of offense in the National Football League. Volek up the sideline. Is it a catch? Yes, it is.
It is.
Again, Derek Mason, and that was a great catch inside the 10, down to the 7-yard line. A pickup of 32 yards.
And I think Billy Volek and Mike Heimerdinger, they've identified they want to go up over the top on Denard Walker, number 25. There's several throws now that we've seen him get beaten by. He's not in bad position again. Tremendous catch by Derek Mason over the shoulder like that. Billy Volek loves getting one-on-one coverage and taking shots on the outside with his talented receivers.
And here comes Tennessee. Robert Holcomb is alone in the backfield. Short drop, the out, and that is going to be a touchdown. They say he got the ball beyond the pylon.
Bill, that took them 21 seconds to go 80 yards.
Ben Troop, and that would be his first NFL touchdown.
That's not ruled a touchdown, but you got to assume that from 2 inches out, they're going to get in the end zone in the next play or two.
3rd touchdown pass for Billy Volek, who quickly has 232 yards. The extra point try by Anderson is good. And again, we're tied. 29 left in the half, 21 all. Well, they break the huddle and kick it in a hurry. Doug Gabriel feels it at the 14-yard line. There's a flag on the play. Gabriel gets out to the 35-yard line, and another flag comes in. Robert Reynolds made the stop. Bill Levy and his crew holding out a face mask, so they're going to have offsetting.
Baltimore is going to play Indianapolis tough tonight. We'll see what happens, but I think it's going to be hard for Baltimore to be unseated, even though they've got a couple of tough games coming up.
Redmond, Buffalo, by the way, not for that terrible start. They've really come together. Buffalo's won now 5 straight.
I don't think anybody wants to play Buffalo in the AFC. If Buffalo finds a way to get in.
Raiders content to run it on 1st down. They'll throw it on 2nd down, and that's incomplete. That will stop the clock.
You're in better position than trying to throw a pass.
3rd and 8. And if they don't pick up a 1st down here, Tennessee's going to have a little bit of time to work with again. And they're going to be short, so the Raiders will have to punt. Will Tennessee use a timeout here?
Well, I think they should. The man coverage, Tennessee did a good job of mixing up their defenses, and as a result, they had the right defense call to shut down the Raiders on that play.
Leckler averaging 47.5 yards a punt coming in. He's on to kick it to Eddie Berlin, who's standing back at his own 20-yard line.
And Leckler booms that ball so far that Jeff Fisher was telling us it gives the return man a chance to actually have some room. Well, that sometimes he can outkick the coverage, though, and that is the fear that goes along with a guy that can boom the ball like that.
Back to 11. Gets it off. This is a great kick. Berlin feels it at the 15. Still on his feet and falls forward to the 27-28-yard line. Schwab, regardless of what happens in the game that's going on now with Jacksonville. Volek on first down in the seam, and that's caught. Eddie Berlin, and another big gain for Tennessee.
Amazing.
Timeout, Tennessee.
And Tennessee will take their final timeout.
30-second
after
timeout.
the gain of 30 staff about Billy, and they say, yeah, he's good, but he has a lot of things to learn, and I'm wondering how good is he going to be when he learns those things.
It's kind of scary, isn't it?
Volek, and that's another first down. Bennett with a fine grab. Down to the 22-yard line. He caught it on Denard Walker. And Bennett is a big target at 6'5". Up quickly, clock running. Inside of 10 seconds. And he'll down it. Spiking the ball. And Gary Anderson, by the way, if you're thinking about the field goal possibilities, has kicked 40-yarder on Monday night. Missed one from 50. This is on its way. Good.
The little man had plenty of leg, but he just pushed it off to the right. And that's usually, you can always count on that ball going straight with Gary Anderson. But this one just started it out a little bit too much to the right. And most kickers, they play what in golf would be known as a little bit of a hook. The ball with the right-footed kicker is going to come back into the left. That one just kind of hung out there for some reason.
I need a little draw.
Little draw. There you go. I don't want to call it a hook.
Well, for the professionals, it's a draw. For us, it's a hook.
Hey, speak for yourself, man.
That's right.
I hit a draw.
I forgot about that.
It might draw 40 yards from right to left, but it's a draw.
So a first half that in real time lasted about 2 hours. 21
That's the end of the first half.
And Greg, Dan, Shannon, and Boomer will be along from our studio in New York with the next tell half.
This ball game. Look at the passing yards. That's enough right there. 271 yards, 190. That's enough for a full game for a lot of teams in the NFL. 16 first downs by the Titans, 12 for the Raiders. This has been an offensive showcase, kind of like what we talked about, what we were expecting because of the styles and the strengths and weaknesses of these two teams.
Tennessee will kick it off to start the second half. Doug Gabriel is back deep. Gabriel takes it at the 4-yard line. Across the 25 and down to 32. A nice return by Doug Gabriel, and that's where we will start the second half. And here's a look at our fantasy notebook. And both of these quarterbacks had great first half production.
Good day to have either one of those guys playing. And the running backs, not too many carries for either team.
Bennett.
Receiving, yep, you got Drew Bennett, Jerry Porter scoring you big points. 2 touchdowns for each of them.
Theo Johnson, if you're in a deep league,
Yeah.
if somebody has him, he scored a touchdown.
If you knew something we didn't know.
Possession for the Raiders. Play action for Collins on the post. Porter had a step, but was overthrown by 3 or 4 yards. So the Raiders try to go up top here in the second half. We had a number of big plays in the first half.
I mean, that is unbelievable when you think about these are how hard it is to make big chunks of yardage in the NFL. This is in one half. Oakland's made, what is it, 7 or 8, and Tennessee 5 or 6. And Kerry Collins makes a statement on the first play. They're not satisfied yet.
Second down. Collins. The outbound to Gabriel. And he makes the catch. Andre Dyson, the left corner, had the coverage. Well, Gabriel seems to be a receiver sort of looking for his confidence right now. He had a drop early in the game against Atlanta, and with Curry out, this really could be a great opportunity for him. Gabriel had an outstanding preseason, but he has not caught a touchdown pass since week 1.
He may very well be our wild card today because obviously Jerry Porter is a big part of the Raiders' plans. He's been established today. I think Doug Gabriel's going to have a chance to make some plays before this game is over.
3rd and 3 after the pickup of 7. Collins, and that was a big hit on Alvis Whitted. But as Whitted limps off, his forward progress will be beyond the sticks, and that will be a first down. Michael Waddell just leveled him.
Great hit by Michael Waddell on the outside, and he shook himself up as well as shaking up Alvis Whitted there.
Whitted has been hurt and just really coming back.
Yeah, he's totally exposed. Had to turn around back to catch that football. Gave Michael Waddell his full chest to take him out, and he sure cleaned him up.
First down from the 43. They keep it on the ground. Justin Fargas, and Fargas picks up 1. Justin Fargas in his second year out of USC. He's been banged up for much of the year. The Raiders in Fargas really don't know what they have.
And we were talking to Norv Turner. I think one of the things important, you got to give carries to Justin Fargas and these other running backs, because that allows you. The way this game is 21 apiece. They can stick with their game plan. They've got to make Tennessee respect the run anyway.
Collins. And there may have been early contact there. No flag. That was intended for Porter.
Yeah, I'm surprised we didn't get a flag on that one. That was Andre Dyson, I think, was there a little bit before the ball was there. Good solid play on his part, just a little bit early. No flag on the play. Let's see if he gets there before the ball. There's a little bit of contact right there, but you know, he's going for the football, and I think you got to let these guys be aggressive, let them try and play the football.
So it'll be 3rd and 9. Just underway in the second half. Raiders and the Titans. Collins up the sidelines for Gabriel, overthrown, incomplete, and the Raiders will have to punt.
And that right there was exactly what Norv Turner, Kerry Collins said they were going to be looking for. They came up, showed the blitz, came with it. You had man-to-man coverage. Norv was saying, hey.
C standing at his own 9-yard line.
You know, with Lechler, you almost expect that, though. I mean, every one of his kicks is 50-plus yards, it seems like.
There's another good one. Fair catch called for by Lynn. He makes it right at the 11-yard line. And that is where Tennessee will have their first possession of the second half. A 45-yard punt. We're tied at 21. Yard line for the Tennessee Titans. First down. They keep it on the ground. Smith. And Smith is out to the 14-yard line. And let's
team that was a surprise. It was not supposed to be a great team this year.
Volek to the sideline. Bennett. And Bennett is close to a first down for Tennessee. And Tennessee, San Diego, by the way, we talked about Marty Schottenheimer, clinched the AFC West today with a win. And this is going to be a loss. Antoine Smith, great play by the Raiders. That was Grant Irons, who started at defensive end when Tyler Brayton was out. Irons in his 3rd year out of Notre Dame.
Yeah, big play by Grant Irons. You see him on the left-hand side of your screen. Number 96 gets penetration, takes the inside route, but he's athletic enough to get up and make the play for a 5-yard loss in the backfield.
So 2nd and 15. Well, back at the 17-yard line. They have to get it to about the 32 for a first down. Volek looks left, and that is caught by Ben Troop, the tight end. Nnamdi Asamoah made the stop, and Leftwich in his development.
Well, there's some fireworks all over the league today.
Absolutely. Here we're tied at 21. Two teams that came in at 4 and 9. Volek on 3rd and long. Troop. And that will get back to what was the original line of scrimmage. Sam Williams, the outside linebacker, made the tackle. So Tennessee will have to punt.
And a good job by big Warren Sapp up there today. He's found a way to get back in that backfield, make a little bit of noise in Billy Volek's face. Even though Billy Volek's been so productive and so effective today, Warren Sapp has made his presence felt out there on a number of occasions today.
The Raiders should have pretty good field position after this punt. Hendrick, who is also one of the best in the National Football League. Pro bowler, averaging almost 43.5 yards a punt coming in. And this is going to be a short one. And bounces out of bounds at around the 41, 42-yard line. And that is where the Raiders start after the 34-yard punt.
There's someone for everyone, right, Bill?
The starting field position for the Raiders at their own 42-yard line, 1st and 10. Zach Crockett. And Crockett finally goes down at the 47-yard line. Keith Bullock made the tackle. And let's see what Santa Steve has in store for the Oakland Raiders.
Ho, ho, ho. Santa Steve says the Raiders, we've been talking about their running game or lack thereof. They need to establish, maybe it's one of the guys they have, maybe it's through the draft. They have to establish a running back. Ronald Curry, great young player, just like Drew Bennett on the other side. He's going to be a great player for a lot of years. And finally, they have to have a pass rush. We've talked about the pass rush today for the Raiders. They've got to get a defensive end or someone who can put pressure on the passer consistently.
Fargus right at midfield. They're giving him a few more opportunities on the ground today. But I'll tell you, talked about
Would be the other receiver, young receiver in the league that everybody's talking about until he hurt his Achilles a couple weeks ago. Boy, was he coming
out.
on.
Oakland.
3rd and
That's their
2,
first
and the
charge.
Raiders will
Time
take
out.
their first time out. Ace, look for Snoopy 1 and Snoopy 2 as they provide a bird's eye view of future sporting events throughout the rest of this year and next year. 3rd down for the Raiders. Collins under pressure and throws it away. Now there's a flag, and Redmond says he was held. Let's see if they call it on Carlos Hall. The defensive end had dropped back, and he was all over Redmond.
Defensive holding, number 97. 5-yard penalty, automatic first down.
They get it on Hall, and that's going to be a first down for the Raiders.
Carlos Hall there, I don't know what he was complaining about, but he did have a pretty good tackle there.
And that was a first down on a penalty on 3rd down. So the Raiders will try to take advantage of this opportunity. Collins guns it. That's caught. Gabriel, touchdown! And that'll help your confidence. 55 yards.
There are a lot of people in the Raider organization smiling now because of that, because this kid needed that. And this organization needed that for him. He needed to step up and start making some plays. That was what he was looking for. Very, very big play for this organization and for Doug Gabriel.
Janikowski on to try the extra point. That's good. And the Raiders have regained the lead. It was 45 yards. The 2nd touchdown catch of the year for Gabriel, his first since week 1 of the year. Quick strike, 58 yards total. Minute 32 off the clock. Rolls up to McAdley, who takes it inside the 10, looking for some running room. And gets it out close to the 30-yard line. Justin Fargus made the stop. And Steve, let's take another look at the touchdown pass.
Here you got Doug Gabriel at the top of the route, and you'll see it's a very clean read for Kerry Collins. He's got 1 right here, Theo Johnson. 2 is going to be Jerry Porter in the middle. And 3, Doug Gabriel coming across the middle from the inside. Does a great job of timing the route up. Kerry Collins reads his progression right across the field. Doug Gabriel is right where he's supposed to be. The ball is on the money. 6 points, just the way you draw it up.
Now, we talked about the Raiders throwing the football and not running it very often. Billy Volek has already thrown or attempted 31 passes, and here's 32 on 1st down. Intended for Bennett, incomplete. Danny Clark, the inside linebacker, had the coverage.
And big Turdell Sands, number 90, came up the middle for the Oakland Raiders. Did a good job of getting up in Billy Volek's face. He threw that ball off his back foot. Kind of a dangerous throw, if you ask me. Over the middle, late, kind of falling back. Could have been a bad thing for him, but he got away with it there. 2 pretty good solid days. Full day's work by both of these quarterbacks.
You better have your offense in gear when your defense has allowed 128 yards in less than 3 games. 128 points, rather, in less than 3 games. I mean, that is a big number to try to keep pace with.
Now, granted, they played the Indianapolis Colts 3 weeks ago, and they played the Kansas City Chiefs last week, and now they're going against the Raiders team that's finally starting to click a little bit. But there's no way you can expect to win football games. You're 4-9 because you're giving up a lot of points.
And it's 3rd down. Titans need to keep that defense off the field. The Raiders have it in gear offensively. Just over 6.5 minutes remaining in the 3rd. Volek will throw. Stripped away on the ground, and the Raiders have it. And happy birthday, Warren Sapp. Stripped away by Tommy Kelly, the rookie out of Mississippi State. And the Raiders have a turnover.
And that right there is reason for a party. You got the ball's on the ground. There's Warren Sapp, right place at the right time. The Raiders have been one of the most ineffective teams in the NFL this year in creating turnovers, but this is a big one. Great play by Tommy Kelly. Warren Sapp picks it up. The Raiders have great field position. I think it's only their 13th turnover this year, which has got, I think it's actually bottom of the league as far as number of turnovers created.
First turnover of the game today.
And I expect the Raiders to go right after him. I know Norv Turner's thinking.
From the 21, Hetherington. And he's inside the 10, down to the 6-yard line. Chris Hetherington, the fullback.
This is the kind of situation, if you're a really true offensive-minded coach, after a big turnover, you come out, you try to drive the stake right into your opponent. And Norv Turner thinks that way. He's got great field, but he knows getting up by 14 points against this Tennessee Titans team, it's going to be hard for them to come back.
Zach Crockett in the backfield. 1st and goal for the Raiders. Crockett, he barely got it to him. It looked like for a moment that was going to be play action. Gary kind of stuffed it in there. Randy Starks, the rookie defensive tackle, made the stop. The youngest player in the NFL, who celebrated his 21st birthday on Tuesday, and he had that fumble recovery on Monday night against Kansas City. That was just an outstanding play. 2nd and goal for Oakland. Zaraway in the backfield now. He's the deep back. Raiders threatening, leading 28-21. Collins to Zaraway. He's got some room. Out of bounds inside the 5 by Donnie Nicky, the 2nd-year strong safety.
And that is tight right here.
3rd and goal. Collins. There's 5. Porter.
You know, Kerry Collins was telling us how he's starting to really feel comfortable and think like Norv Turner wants him to think. He looks so under control today, knows where he's going with that football. That was a great catch by Jerry Porter and a great read by Kerry Collins.
Janikowski to extend the lead. It's good. So 4:30 left in the 3rd, and the Raiders are up by 2 touchdowns. And against Denver, he has 3 today, 8 on the year. And that has given the Raiders a 35-21 lead. McAdley takes inside the 5. He's got some running room up the middle with a burst and out across the 45-yard line down to the 48-yard line. Nnamdi Asomugha saved the touchdown. Well, Christmas Day, the celebration begins with it. This has been a potent Tennessee offense.
Oh man, there's going to be a lot of things happening between now and the end of this game.
They keep it on the ground, virtually no gain. And I would think they're running the ball to try to take a little bit of the pressure off Volek, because they're just coming after him.
Yeah, Jeff Fisher and Mike Heimer, they're not going to panic. They know they're going to have chances to make plays against this Raider defense. They've been very effective moving the ball all day. There's still 19 minutes left to play in this game. They got to put together a drive, try and slow them down on that pass rush a little bit.
We've had 8 touchdowns today, all through the air. 2nd and 9 for Volek. And that is caught. Bennett. And Bennett, after the 2 touchdowns, has been pretty quiet since then. Both those touchdowns coming in the first half.
And that was a really good throw by Billy Volek. You can see Marcus Anderson, number 23, was underneath that and in great position to make a play on that ball. But Billy Volek on time, perfect accuracy, great location. That's not a throw that a lot of quarterbacks can make on a regular basis.
Volek over 300 yards now, and Bennett 127. 9 catches. And we have 12 on Monday night. A couple of touchdowns from the 8-yard line.
Here come the Raiders.
And Volek trips as he goes back. The Raiders were all over him.
Yeah, you're going to see Billy Volek coming. He got stepped on, I think, by Jacob Bell, number 60, as he was trying to get away from the center. You know,
2nd and 15 for the Titans. Volek toward the sidelines, intended for Mason, incomplete. And once again, let's check in with Greg Gunn. Make that kind of mistake very often.
Something tells me he'll be back before the game's over, though.
3rd and long for Tennessee. Raiders up by 2 touchdowns. Volek dumps it. Antoine Smith, and Smith is going to be well short of the first down. Getting it down to about the 32-yard line. Williams made the stop.
Now I'm going to make a call here. I think Jeff Fisher, his team has gone for more than twice as much on 4th down any team in the NFL.
Their feet here at Oakland. Troop in motion. Volek.
Oh,
Underthrown and intercepted. Walker. And Walker brings it back the other way.
I don't know how many times this happened this year, but I know the Raiders have not had more than 1 turnover in a game many times this year. That's their 2nd in a row. Obvious miscommunication by Billy Volek and whatever receiver was supposed to be in that area. Billy Volek thought he was going to be sitting down. Did not happen. Ben Troop, rookie tight end, was the only guy in the area. You got to think that maybe he wasn't on the right page with Billy Volek in the play that was called.
45-yard return. Raiders get it going at the 35-yard line. Walker, by the way, as Fargas picks up maybe 1. Walker was originally drafted by Zero in the backfield, and the Raiders will take another timeout. So
Denard Walker was a recipient of a nice little present there.
2nd and 8 for the Raiders. Short drop from Collins, batted up in the air, and this is intercepted. Intercepted by Tennessee, and that has been a problem for Kerry Collins. Keith Bullock made the pick, but Collins has had a few tipped at the line of scrimmage, and very fortunate that he hasn't had more intercepted.
That's down. He throws that ball a little bit sidearm, allows those big guys to get a paw on it.
Nearing the end of the 3rd quarter. 1st and 10. And Volek. That's caught by Troop. Troop is out close to midfield. They'll spot it at the 49-yard line. Receptions, 29 yards. Volek 337 on the day. They keep it on the ground, and this is Troy Fleming. And Fleming has another Tennessee first down. And that will be the final play of the 3rd quarter.
The end of the 3rd quarter.
With our score, the Raiders 35, Tennessee 21. And we'll be back to Oakland after this message and a word from your local station. You're watching the NFL on CBS. 100 yards in combined offense through 3 quarters as we start the 4th. Tennessee 1st and 10 from the Raiders' 40-yard line. Volek pumps up the sidelines. Mason. And Mason cannot come back and get it. Mason is looking for an interference call. Walker and Ray Buchanan had the coverage.
That definitely could have been a PI on Denard Walker there. You watch, the ball is up. Derek Mason's trying to get back to it, and Denard Walker kind of climbs his back. That's the kind of play that the referees have been throwing the flag on almost every time this year. And I'm surprised he didn't get one there.
Volek individually at 3:37. Second and 10 for Tennessee. Just underway in the fourth. Volek again. Bennett. And Bennett is driven out of bounds at the 35-yard line. Asamoah.
Deep down in his mind, how important it is to come back and get that football, how much the quarterback likes that.
That's 10 catches now for Bennett. 3rd and 5 for Tennessee. Bennett, and that will be a Titan first down.
See a shot of it right here. There's Tommy Kelly, number 93. A little slap in the head. And then, ooh, there it is. Yeah, that'll get 15 and probably a fine of some sort. I wouldn't be surprised.
And it was Kelly who was sort of on the receiving end of the initial blow that started the whole thing. The fade route, and that was intended for Mason, incomplete. Now, that's caught. Bennett. And Bennett dives down close to the 6-yard line. Napoleon Harris made the tackle. So 3rd down for Tennessee. Fleming stops short of the goal line, but he has a first down. Shadmeyer, excuse me, for Tennessee. Just under 13 minutes remaining. Smith, nothing.
Saw something involving Drew Bennett here.
2nd and goal from the 3 after a loss of 1. And Volek, little pump, incomplete. That was intended for Troop.
Ball game.
3rd and goal for Tennessee. They trail by 2 touchdowns. The fade, Mason. Waiting for the signal, incomplete. Walker with the coverage.
And I think if you're Jeff Fisher, you got to go for it again. There's no doubt Derek Mason caught this football, but pretty clear he was out of the end zone with that 2nd step. There it is right there. Left foot never got down.
That was well out, so to virtually no one's surprise, Tennessee will go for it on 4th and goal. Volek on the out route, touchdown.
Got it.
Derek Mason on the out route. And he beat Denard Walker.
Great job, great money play by a money player. Derek Mason going over, talking to people in the black hole a little bit. But Billy Volek had no doubt when he saw the coverage where he wanted to go. He knew Derek Mason would give him a chance versus Denard Walker to put that ball on him and give him a chance to get the 6 they needed so badly.
And that's 4 touchdown passes for Volek and 364 yards. The extra point by Anderson is good. Down reception of the year for Derek Mason, a 2-time Pro Bowler. And Doug Gabriel lets the kickoff roll through the end zone, so the Raiders will take it out at the 20-yard line. And here's the lineup tonight on CBS. Ricky Williams was the NFL's richest young superstar. Why would he give it up until 60? Agree with what he said, and it certainly will be worth watching in 60 minutes. But in talking about when to give up your NFL career, he made some very good points going toe-to-toe with Mike Wallace. The Raiders will throw on 1st down, and that's Zach Crockett, who has it out across the 30 to the 31-yard line.
And not only figure out what made him do what he's done, It's very interesting stuff.
Collins with the first down. Wide open again. Into Tennessee territory. A gain of 23 yards.
And speaking of interesting stuff, I find it very interesting that Jerry Porter can keep running across the field uncovered. Now look at that. Donnie Nicky is responsible for him, but Donnie Nicky's playing safety back in the middle of the field. Jerry Porter is running all the way across the field.
It's 148 now for Porter. And the 3 touchdowns. First down, play action. Collins, incomplete. Again, intended for Jerry Porter. And once again, let's go back to Greg. Not meaningful.
And so much for the warm weather heading up to Green Bay. Jacksonville showing they're mentally tough enough to deal with the elements.
2nd and 10. Flags before the snap.
Prior to the snap, false start for 84 offense. 5-yard penalty, 2nd down.
Half minutes remaining. 2nd and 15 for Kerry Collins. Straight back and sacked. Ryan Long once again.
It's his 2nd sack today. He and Ryan Long and Bo Schobel, all these guys are going to be terrorizing quarterbacks for a lot of years.
6, 3rd and 21 for Collins. Keeps his feet, buys some time, tucks it under, and well short of the first down. He had to get it all the way down to the 37-yard line. Keith Bullock had the pressure. Already now, wait till you see the interview. It gets a little more confusing. Eddie Berlin back deep for Tennessee. Leckler's punt, just a boomer. There's a flag down at the 40-yard line. Berlin lets it bounce through the end zone. That officially is a 52-yard punt, but let's check the flag.
Holding, number 51 of the kicking team. Penalty is declined. First down, timeout.
10 from their own 20-yard line. 9:15 left to go. They keep it on the ground. Antoine Smith. And Smith is out to the 23-yard line. It'll be 2nd and 7. Get into the holiday spirit with Dave and the late. Monday, don't miss the very funny Bill Murray. Dave's all new all this week right here on CBS, America's most watched network. The Raiders 35-28. And how about the last 2 weeks for Billy Volek? Approaching 800 yards. Mason close to a first down. It'll be about the yard short. Bernard Walker made the stop.
Yeah, what's impressive about Billy is that he never seems to get too uptight about anything. You know, you can come up and blitz the heck out of him. You can intercept a ball of his. You can do this. He doesn't seem to get flustered by anything.
He's making only his 6th NFL start today. How about the poise that he has shown?
Pretty impressive.
It'll be 3rd and 2. Play action. First down, Tennessee. Bennett. Nnamdi Asomugha made the stop, but it is a Tennessee first down.
Ho-hum, just another Billy Volek to Drew Bennett completion.
And that is 13 catches for Bennett. 160 yards and 2 touchdowns.
25 catches the last 2 weeks for that young man.
From the 41-yard line, 1st and 10. Volek. And that is caught. Mason. And Mason has it down to the 28-yard line.
What a great catch by Derek Mason. I'll tell you what, Billy Volek got away with one there. Stuart Schweigert, number 30, the safety for Oakland, was right there, and it didn't look to me like he looked for the ball. He was looking at Derek Mason. If he would have just reached up, he could have knocked that ball down at least. Derek Mason limping off the field. He had the foot problem, the ankle problem last week on the punt return. Twisted it up a little bit. But Stuart Schweigert should have been able to make that play. He was in good position, just misjudged the football.
We talked about Bennett's numbers. Mason, 9 catches, 121. Volek will go back to the air, and that's incomplete. Volek has gone over 400 yards now. 413 yards, and that was his 50th pass attempt.
Yeah, we have not seen a heck of a lot of running the football today. I think it's 32 total carries in this game and probably 150 passes.
It's been quite an offensive show. Second down for Tennessee. Inside of 7 minutes remaining. 30-28 Raiders. They'll keep it on the ground this time. Smith. And Smith gets it inside the 20-yard line. And again, let's check in with Greg Gumbel in New York.
All right, Bill, down in Tampa, New Orleans got this. Aaron Brooks to Dante Stallworth, 7-yard touchdown pass with a half a minute to play. The Saints win at 21-17 to keep their faint playoff hopes alive. Tampa Bay still alive, too, but the Bucs could have used this one, Bill and Steve.
All right, Greg, thank you very much. Saints with a nice win over Dallas last week as well. Playing well down the stretch. 3rd and 1 for the Titans. Bennett is the motion man. Play action. Volek. I'm not really sure who he was throwing it to. Shad Meyer was the deep man, and Bennett was about 5 yards in front of him, but incomplete. So now we're going to see Gary Anderson.
You had about 3 guys in the area, and Bill kind of threw it in the middle of all of them. I don't think he was too certain himself. I think more than anything, it's probably just a throwaway. A little bit of pressure coming from the outside. I think Gary Anderson trying to put 3 more on the board here for him.
Gary Anderson, who missed a 40-yarder earlier, will try this one from 37 yards out, and it's a fake. Hendrick, the punter. He was trying to hit Shad Meyer. Denard Walker made a great play, and the Raiders were not fooled.
They were not fooled, and Jeff Fisher told us yesterday these field goals, he might have a few things up his sleeve as well. This one didn't work out.
The Titans denied.
Cold hard fact, the higher the elevation, the lower the temperature. That's why every single Coors Light is born right here in the Rockies. And when beer starts out this cold, it ends up this refreshing. Coors Light, our goal, the coldest tasting beer in the world.
Hey, I can see you cooked. Yeah. That's so nice of you. Yeah.
Dockers Pro Style. Shirts and pants that do it all.
Oh, man, there's a line.
Dockers Pro Style. Shirts and pants that do it all.
I'd like to experience a total system meltdown. I'd like to lose all of my music files.
I would really love to get a virus and give it to all my friends.
Millions of Americans are just asking for a computer virus because they're not nearly as protected as they think they are.
I'd like it if someone stole my identity.
That's why America Online now gives away virus protection to all our members. Absolutely free.
That'd be great.
Thank you.
Want a better internet? You belong at America Online.
Cold hard fact. Only Coors Light is frost brewed at ice cold temperatures. Stored cold and shipped cold. And when beer starts out this cold, it ends up this refreshing. Coors Light, our goal, the coldest tasting beer in the world.
The Amazing Race launches the teams to new heights.
That was awesome.
But coming back to Earth could cause the models to crash. From Germany to Hungary, a little car causes big problems for the wrestlers.
What do you mean the motor's done?
And on a cannonball run, the entrepreneurs open fire on each other.
To be the man right now.
Can you be the woman and be quiet?
A new Amazing Race, CBS Tuesday at a special time.
35-28, just under 6 minutes remaining. Ball goes over on downs, and the Raiders will take it at their own 19-yard line. They'll run the ball. Justin Fargas. And Fargas gets out to the 20-yard line. Well, log on to NFL.com and see why Shannon Sharpe calls this one of the best and worst seasons he can ever remember. Read more about NFL.com or NFL on AOL. Raiders are going to try to run a little time off the clock. But, that may be difficult to do when you rank last in the NFL in rushing. 2nd and 9. Collins lofts it up. Overthrown. Intended for Teo Johnson, the tight end.
Yeah, I like the process. They're trying to catch Tennessee, trying to be aggressive, make a play to create a turnover. Go with a double move to Teo Johnson.
That will start the clock. 3rd and 9. From the 20. Collins out of the shotgun. Titans showing blitz. And back off it. Collins up the middle. Oh, what a catch! Alvis Whitted. How did he hang on to that?
You know what, in the NFL, sometimes the worst decisions end up being the best decisions. There's no way that Kerry Collins can justify making this throw in that situation between Scott McGarrahan and Brad Castle, but NFL guys, these guys are paid a lot of money to make big plays, and Alvis Whitted made a huge one right there for the Raiders.
And Brad Castle stayed with it, otherwise that would have been a touchdown. Yep. Zach Crockett, after the pickup of 57 yards. And they're well within field goal range for Sebastian Janikowski, who this week became the highest paid kicker in the National Football League, signing a contract extension.
Yeah, I think the Raiders would be more than happy to run the ball 2 or 3 times here and let Sebastian put them up by 10 points, make it a 2-score ball game.
And they're going to throw. Incomplete. And how about that decision?
You know, I wonder about that one, because you got an incomplete pass. No time runs off the clock. Tennessee doesn't have to spend any of their timeouts. I know what Norv Turner was thinking there. He's trying to catch him playing the run, maybe pop somebody free in the end zone. But shoot, you got a 7-point lead, and you got one of the best kickers in the NFL. You're going to get the field goal. Use up as much time as you can here, I think.
Hetherington, the fullback, was the intended receiver. 3rd and 9 now for the Raiders. 3:48 remaining. Here come the Titans on the blitz. Redmond is stopped for a loss. So here comes Sebastian Janikowski.
Timeout, Tennessee. It's their first charge. Timeout.
Titans will take a timeout. They have 2 remaining. Oakland has 1. 35-28. Janikowski is 19 of 22 in field goal tries this year. 4 of 6 from between 40 and 49 yards. This is a try from 42. Plenty of leg and good. So that gives the Raiders a bit of a cushion. They lead by 10, 38-28, with just over 3.5 minutes remaining. All set up by that tremendous reception by Alvis Whitted.
Well, great play by Alvis Whitted. You can't get much more perfect than that right there. Sebastian Janikowski to put him up 2 scores.
Whitted, another one of those guys who has an opportunity with the injury to Ronald Curry here down the stretch to kind of make some noise, stake his claim for a spot next season. From Hallmark Hall of Fame, he met her the night her father disappeared. Now 30 years later, fate brings them back together. Jolie Richardson and CSI New York's Gary Sinise star in Hallmark Hall of Fame's Fallen Angel. That's tonight at 9, 8 Central on CBS, America's most watched network. So the Raiders will kick it off. Trying to move to 5-9 on the season. McAdley is the deep man for Tennessee, standing back at the goal line. And this won't come out. Once again, let's check in with Greg Gumbel in New York for an NFL update. Falls to 6-8. This has been a very disappointing season for the Rams. Now let's see what Tennessee can do, trailing by 10 with just over 3.5 minutes remaining. Volek has already thrown for more than 400 yards. Dumps that one off to Troy Fleming, and he's hit immediately. Might have lost one. Grant Irons made the tackle.
Very athletic by number 96, Grant Irons. Big defensive lineman coming up, rumbling up, making the tackle. The ground was shaking all the way up here when he was running up to make the break on that ball. Tennessee doesn't look like they're in much of a hurry either, which is kind of surprising.
They lose one, 2nd and 11. Volek wide open, Ben Troop. And there's a nice athletic move. Leaping a man and getting it out across the 45 to the 46-yard line. Danny Clark made the stop finally. Pickup of 27.
A very good athletic move by Ben Troop. Right here you see him just kind of jump inside, do a little hurdle move. Shows why the Titans are so excited about him.
Clark running. Volek. That's Berlin, and he did a good job keeping his feet and gets out for another first down.
You know, that was great. He caught the ball, almost got his head ripped off, adjusted his face mask, checked out to see if anybody else was around him, and then tucked it up and ran for another 4 or 5 yards.
Tennessee with a couple of timeouts remaining. Taking quite a bit of time, though, to get reset. Now Volek does the pump fake. Mason is well covered. So Volek takes off, then finally finds Fleming running loose, and Fleming is down to the 20-yard line. Nnamdi Asomugha made the tackle. And they move the chains again as that takes us to our 2-minute warning after the 22-yard gain. The Raiders lead by 10. Play for a team like the Raiders. We asked Al Davis about that. He didn't really answer. We asked Al Davis about it. He said everyone wants to play for the Raiders. Volek to the end.
You know, we mentioned that they mentioned the Raiders and his desire to play here, and that he thinks he would fit in out here. But I think if Ricky Williams makes a decision to come back and play at some point, he's going to have a hard time fitting in anywhere, because I know what it's like in the locker room. I know how important that trust factor is, and I don't think any team is going to be able to trust him for a long time until he earns that trust.
Mike Wallace and Ricky Williams tonight on 60 Minutes. That will be following the game, except for those of you on the West Coast. 2nd down for Tennessee. Inside of 2 minutes remaining. Troop. Troop down close to the goal line, and they say he was down just short. Travian Smith saved the touchdown.
That was an impressive move. Wow.
Volek calling the play. There's the fade route. Incomplete. It was intended for Mason. That will stop the clock. I don't think Denard Walker, who had the coverage there, has ever had his name called as much as he has today.
When you're approaching 60 passes thrown.
Volek 492 yards, 58 attempts, 4 touchdowns. Jake Plummer has the most this season, 499. That happened in week 8. Volek will throw it. Incomplete, and 3rd and goal. Akbar Gbaja-Biamila
the ball
got a hand on it.
The ball hit him almost in the face, I think. Look at it, under the armpit.
Got an armpit on it.
Yeah.
3rd and goal. And right over there by the black hole.
Yeah.
And they're not going to let him do this in silence. Quarterback sneak.
Good call.
And Volek, who already has 4 touchdown passes, now has 1 on the ground.
Good call. I thought that should have been the call a couple plays ago when they got lined up and tried to throw that fade to Mason. They just line up, try and get it before Oakland gets set up and has time to adjust their defense. Just plow it right in there. So I think we might see an onside kick from Jeff Fisher in his special team. What do you think?
Tennessee still with 2 timeouts remaining. Since extra point is good. 38-35 now with 1:21 remaining. So if you have any of these players in fantasy football, you've had a pretty good day.
Wow. Unbelievable.
At least in the passing game. Volek 492, 4 touchdowns through the air, 1 on the ground. Collins has 371 with 5 touchdown passes. We've had 943 yards total offense today.
And there you saw Joe Avezzano for the Oakland Raiders and Alan Lowry for the Tennessee Titans. Everybody in the stadium knows what's coming. Joe Avezzano, this has been his week of misery trying to prepare his special teams for everything that Fisher might throw at him. It's tough enough as it is playing against a Jeff Fisher team, but when they're 4-9 and admittedly have nothing to lose, Joe Avezzano's had a long week. I guarantee you he's drawn up plays he's never seen before and trying to get his guys ready for anything. Joe Avezzano, one of the long-time, I think probably the dean of special teams coaches in the NFL. But Alan Lowry and Jeff Fisher have made their feelings and their presence very well felt here.
Well, pops it up in the air, and the Raiders come down with it. That was Teo Johnson, and he went up and got it like a big old rebound.
He sure did. You see, you go up there and get it. He looks like Kevin Garnett going up and grabbing one off the rim there. Joe Avezzano, you saw him down there at the bottom of the screen. He liked it. Kick was actually, Craig Hentrick would probably like to kick that again. It made it a little too easy on Teo Johnson. Bounced
Game
right
clock
to
operator
him.
put 120 on the game clock. 120.
So they're going to take a second off the game clock.
Number 66 is reporting eligible.
Now with 2 timeouts, Tennessee
Correction. He's not reporting as eligible.
Will possibly get the ball back one more time if they can keep him from getting a first down.
Keep it on the ground. Zach Crockett.
Timeout, Tennessee.
Tennessee
that's their second charge.
quickly
timeout.
takes their second timeout.
And boy, we have seen a little bit of everything today. Wouldn't you agree, Bill? Big plays all over the football field in the passing game.
Anytime you see a pass on a punt return, that would qualify as giving you the scope of everything.
Pass on a field goal attempt, onside kicks.
Well, we're used to that. You know, you see those every now and then. You don't see them on punt returns.
No, not on punt returns.
You're right.
Passes,
even though it was technically allowed, you just don't see that.
You know, one thing we have not seen much of today at all is running the football, which
I'll tell you what this has been like. This has been like a football game you play in your backyard.
Exactly,
I mean,
right.
This is
or on
wide
your
open, airing it out.
Throw it every play.
In front of your head. You know, go down to the Buick, have them open the doors. I'll fake it to you. The Raiders keep that on the ground. And it gets to the 45-yard line. Again, it's Crockett.
Timeout, Tennessee.
And Tennessee
that's their third and final
will take their last timeout.
30-second timeout.
With 1:11 remaining.
Kevin Carter leading the Titan tacklers. He had 3 yards, 36.
You think about the day that Kerry Collins has had. 5 touchdown passes today. He just seemed to be on target from play number 1 in the zone. Going to Jerry Porter. He knows who his money man is. Jerry Porter with 3 touchdowns today. Doug Gabriel with 1. Just a very, very solid decision-making day for Kerry. Threw the ball tremendously well. I think Norv Turner and Kerry Rollins both feel very good about where he is in this offense and very confident probably going into next year because of how they're fitting together.
3rd and 6, and Tennessee is all out of timeouts. Not able to squirt through. Zach Crockett brought down at the 42-yard line. And how about this for Kerry Collins? This will more than likely come to an end today. 10 games at home since he has won.
And that includes his last year in New York with the Giants as well. But that is a very odd streak and not one that I think Kerry is very proud of. But today he gets the monkey off his back. And I think he'll be on to bigger and better things for sure. I know he's very excited about what Norv Turner is building offensively here and what he's allowing Kerry and this offense to do. They love going after people. They love attacking and dictating the defenses, and that's what any quarterback wants.
So 4th and 3.
Some sort of penalty.
They let the play clock run all the way down, so there's a
delay of game
penalty.
Offense, 5-yard penalty, 4th down.
They'll move it back, and they're going to do that to give Shane Lechler a little more operating room inside the 20.
Now, if I were Tennessee, I wouldn't take that penalty. I'd leave the ball right where it was, kind of shorten the field for Shane Lechler a little bit, but that's just me.
Derek Mason is back deep for Tennessee. He has not returned to punt today. This will be his first, standing at his own 8-yard line. Lechler gets it high in the air. Mason fields it. He's brought down immediately at the 11-yard line. Field goal try.
Right now it's about 198-yard kick for him.
Bullock, you don't want to sack here. Get rid of it. And he tries to f it away. There's the flag.
There's a safety.
Yeah, you can't do that. Irons.
Intentional grounding, number 7. Result of the play is a safety.
That's a safety.
Yep.
8 seconds remaining. Are ready for anything?
I think this ball might go straight up in the air. Well, he kicked it to him.
Kind of in that mid-range. That's Gabriel. Gabriel's brought down at the 30-yard line with 3 seconds left. 40-35 Raiders.
Well, for Jeff Fisher and the Tennessee Titans, I think one thing he's most proud of with this ball club is the fact that his team has not given up this year. They've played hard to the final bell every single week. He's got a lot to be proud of, and I know he's got high hopes and thinking toward next year with a good young football team, guys like Drew Bennett, Billy Volek, Steve McNair. That situation is going to be interesting to see if Steve McNair can come back from that injury.
Final play of the game. It will end 40-35 Raiders. So for Steve Berline, I'm Bill McAtee. Let's go to Greg Gumbel in New York.